everyone, welcome back to Otoshi Monologues, my excuse to talk, rant, and embarrass myself in front of all of y'all. Today, I will be meeting up with Ashley as we go to Seoul Forest, K-Star Road, and 1 Million Dance Studio, so let's get started with my last full day in Seoul. My day begins making my way over to a restaurant so that I could eat lunch. Somunang Jamgetang for some pork bone soup per Ashley's recommendation. And this place was packed. Everyone was hustling and bustling. It was the first dining experience that I had in Seoul where I felt like a true local. And this food looks wild. It's a big old pile of bones. But attached to these bones are wonderful chunks of juicy pork, topped with those lovely scallions all sitting in this flavor-packed soup that you can soak up with your rice. It was nice and sweet with only a little bit of spice. It reminded me slightly of kalbi in terms of flavor profile. And it comes with vegetables, cucumbers and peppers, which were actually not spicy at all. Service was really fast, food was yum yum, atmosphere was very enjoyable, at least for me. Overall, 9 out of 10. And then it was off to boba from Palgong Tea, since it was close by and I've never seen this store before. Got a honey milk tea and I would give it a 7 out of 10. Nothing special, but definitely quenched the boba craving. Plus you order on a multi-language tablet so you don't gotta interact with anyone. Then we passed this partially frozen pond. That's how you know winter's a-comin'. And lots of decorative cabbages as we made our way into the Seoul Forest, which is a series of 5 parks that they have in the middle of the city, where they have a lot of plants, and as these garbage cans indicate, they have deer and cats here too. We passed a pond that had a lack of fish, as we tried to find the park that had the deer in it. We found this deer crossing sign, so hopefully we're getting closer, and eventually found the deer sign telling us we finally made it into the correct section of the park. I didn't research beforehand, so I didn't know if these deer were like free roaming deer, so I was looking real hard as I passed all these tall grasses. I felt like I was in real life Pokemon. A wild Korea deer has appeared. Turns out they aren't free roaming, they're just behind a fence. But you can buy food to feed them, so we headed off to buy some deer food. And here's me being a dummy, putting my hands in the machine, thinking that the food was just gonna fall down.
They give you a cup, Ashley.
Oh, okay, nice.
Turns out the machine actually spits a cup out for you too. That makes more sense. Kaja, let's go feed the deer. Oh my goodness, aren't they so cute? Yes, they are. They just lap the food right out of your hands. Nom 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 nom. And I had this magical moment where I summoned one of the itty bitty deer over to me. It was a true Pokemon moment where I pointed and yelled, "I choose you!" And then the deer came to me. Of course, I didn't get it on camera, and then a big bully deer came and scared it away. But then the rest of our time was spent trying to get that deer to come over to us again, but we failed. Many times.
Come on. Here, I choose you. Come.
Hello. No cleaning.
I try so hard.
Looks like it's time to move on to K-Star Road, which is just a regular street, but scattered here and there, they have these Mickey Mouse looking mannequins that are decorated to match certain K-pop groups. But don't get your hopes up, Twice doesn't have one. What a disappointment. They did have Super Junior, Miss A, Girls' Generation, EXO, and of course, BTS. But gotta deduct major points K-Star Road for not having Twice. Shame. Then Ashley directed us to the SM Town building filled with tons of merch for all the K-pop groups under SM, and also attached to this huge old mall with this huge old library. It's called Starfield Library, and it's such an aesthetic library. Ashley said that people mainly come here to take pictures, so you know, that means I gotta take a picture too. But despite the cool polar bear set and all the fancy lights, it is indeed a fully functioning library as well. Although I don't know how you would access some of these books. Even with those fancy sliding ladders, I still feel like it would be kind of difficult to get the book you were looking for. Oh well, I won't yuck the library's yum. It's a saying, an old person saying, but it sounds fun, right? You should try it sometime. And then we ventured into the SM building. I don't know very much about the artists under SM, but with my limited knowledge, I do know who EXO is, and Ashley is really into Super Junior, They're also a group. That's all I know. If I was more into K-pop other than Twice, I think this place would have been super duper cool, but instead it was just regularly cool. It was almost like a free museum showing off SM achievements and their artists. They even have a theater in here. Dang, this place is loaded. Whoa, these are some gigantic posters. Imagine waking up to one of these faces staring back at you. But a lot of the wow factor for me wasn't there because I didn't know who anyone was. You know who I do know though? Twice! Found a Yes or Yes album in there. Mission accomplished. Next mission, use the nice bathrooms in this building so that we could change outfits to prepare for our class at 1 Million Dance Studio. 1 Million is a crazy popular dance studio with a gigantic YouTube following, and they have really talented choreographers working here. And a ton of teenagers slash young adults train here hoping to make it big. So let's pretend to be a K-Idol trainee for the day. This should be interesting. A pass for one class is $30, so by no means is it cheap. But when will I ever be in Korea again, traveling with someone who would willingly take a dance class with me? So, one time for the one time, you know? You're given a number based on what time you check in, but that number is only for the order in which you enter the room. Once you get into the room, it's a race for the spots at the front of the class. But no. Ashley and I aren't trying to embarrass ourselves like that, so we got nice spots smack in the middle. Perfect for hiding amongst a sea of people. They have beginner and regular classes here, and we were feeling a little bold, so we signed up for a regular class. Our teacher was Yoojung Lee, and she was apparently teaching one of her older pieces according to a friendly fellow dancer. But since it was an old piece, there were a good chunk of students that already 100% knew the dance. It made it extra intimidating because all those confident people go to the front. But I'll never see these people again, so I guess it doesn't matter. Anywho, the classes are taught in Korean, but if you can count to 8 in English and are able to follow what the teacher is doing, you can survive. And overall, it wasn't too horrible. Definitely think it was the right difficulty. They go pretty fast through the choreography, so you gotta stay really focused, especially when I could only learn based off of the visuals. But we were dancing to Without Me by Halsey, which is a song I know, so at least I had that going for me. Here's a portion of the results. And review time.
How was the class for you, Ashley?
It was like less competitive as I thought.
Yeah.
People would say because she's not filming. I feel like it's pretty easy to follow. It was like fast in the beginning. I'm just like, yo, she teaches so fast. But then it was fine.
Any last words?
Might not come back. Might come back for like maybe another teacher.
Yeah.
But will not come back like for actual training.
Yeah.
Cause it's too expensive for like, actual training. 사랑해요.
Honestly, I think it went pretty well, especially considering I haven't taken a class since last spring. Plus, the teacher was really nice. Fantastic experience. If you're a dancer and ever get the opportunity to take a class here, I think it's definitely worth your while to do it. And now that we've burned a lot of calories, time to go replenish them with some dinner. At this place, per Ashley's guidance, which also had that mom and pop shop atmosphere. With everybody being loud and having a grand old time, it was like being at a family party again. Ah, good times. For some bossam, aka steamed pork wraps. And it came with so many different things. It came with these fried fish pieces and your typical banchan dishes, but then you got your steamed pork, special marinated vegetables, and oysters. We got Korea's version of surf and turf, plus this mystery soup, which you're supposed to light the grill for yourself, but we were given 0 instructions, so we spent a really long time trying to get it to light. Then we gave up and called over one of the workers, only for him to tell us that our fuel can was empty. But then he replaced the can and the soup got lit. Now let's watch the master make the perfect bite first. And okay, copy, paste, 잘 먹겠습니다. The flavors were a lot more subtle than the other dishes I've had thus far. It doesn't whack you with any strong marinades and really captures that home-style cooking flavor. The pork was pretty tender and all the sides complement it pretty well. The oysters were surprisingly not bad. It didn't taste like much, it just kinda adds a slimy texture to your bite. I give this place an 8 out of 10. Didn't blow me away, but it's better than average. But now, moving on to dessert at International Baskin-Robbins, which I have been told is far, far superior than United States Baskin-Robbins. They have so many more flavors internationally, and I don't know if the quality of the ice cream is better or not, but gotta say, this Baskin-Robbins is pretty dang good. And their scoops are just so perfect. Plus, you order on a kiosk, so goodbye excess human interaction. I got a vanilla berry flavored ice cream that has white chocolate covered Pop Rocks in it per Ashley's recommendation. And I give it an 8 out of 10 in terms of comparing it to other ice creams I've had in my life, but a 10 out of 10 over other Baskin-Robbins. However, after the lovely ice cream hangout, it was time to say goodbye to Ashley, who made my trip so much easier on my end. Thanks one more time for making all the decisions for me, and most importantly, being my personal translator. See ya in SD. And then it was off to the Coco residence one last time to prepare to finally come back home.
We stopped this program to bring you Korean creatures. First, we have this feral kitty wandering around the Seoul Forest. Chris tried not to pet it, just in case it had some Korean parasites, but then the cat touched him on the leg. So then he caved. Poor 고양이. It just wants some love. Next, we have this stunning brown pigeon chilling in this tree. Then it went to go gather its regularly colored pigeon chingu, and then proceeded to forage around in all the fallen leaves. Doesn't it just blend in so nicely with the ground? Let's just follow it for a while. Oh look, it's found some food blob on the floor. Observe this amazing foraging behavior. Finally, we have some more clips of the deer in Seoul Forest. Look at this little fellow. He's still got his spots. Let's try and feed him. Hey, this big, meanie deer just scared him away. Come back, little baby. There we go. We'll just avoid the big scary bully. That big bully even stole the food cup. What a glutton. But let's end on a happy note with the little baby deer finally getting to eat in peace. Oh, my heart. This has been Korean Creatures.
And that brings me to an end of this Otoshi monologue. Thanks for coming along with me to the Seoul Forest and 1 Million Dance Studio. Hope you liked seeing the deer and or learned something about the process of taking a dance class at 1 Million. Have a fantastic day and night, and I'll talk to y'all next time with a rather hectic journey back to the United States. 안녕히 see ya. Boba, boba. Next nice smots.